On another debugging one. This is a new lesson that has been added by freeCodeCamp, and I'm just going back and addressing it. If you have already passed this section in your learning journey, you may want to just go revisit this last one that they put in here under the HTML. This one's called Debugging a Pet Adoption Page. This should be really super simple for those of you that have been learning with us along the way. However, if you're brand new, you may not be exposed to some of the bugs that they are giving you, and we're going to go ahead and go through them, talk about them real quick. And if this is your first time watching our page here, my name is Rob. I'm a coding instructor for PreCodeCamp, and where we're just taking some of these freeCodeCamp modules, going through them from an instructor point of view, and explaining a few things along the way. So if that's something that interests you, then this is the video for you to watch. So let's go ahead and get started with the tasks. Okay, so this is our task. We're thrown a debug session here for this pet adoption page for freeCodeCamp. I always joke around with my students in the classes, like when we give an assignment and it happens to be, hey, fix this code type of assignment. I always joke around saying that you guys should all be experts at this because you have all had bugs in your own code. Now it's time to take a look at somebody else's. And that's what we're doing in this freeCodeCamp example, is that Sally has a pet adoption store, and this is her first web page that she's creating, and our job here is to fix some of the errors that Sally has ran into, and it does provide us with user stories. I'm going to take my time just a little bit in this video to go through some of the steps that I would go through if I'm going through this as a student, and then maybe a way for us if we were to get stuck. What are some things or some context clues that we can pick up on if we are missing the job here on passing these tests that freeCodeCamp gives us. But it says on here, Sally wants to use an image of some cats, but it's not displaying correctly, and meaning that we're not seeing it over here, because if we look at the code, where's the image element at? It's right here on line 5. And of course, there's some typos on here that is making it not display properly. So it says that we need to replace the href attribute with the correct attribute for the image source. And so I'm a big harper, I'm a big believer in taking a look at W3 schools and taking a look at that image element if we are drawing a blank. And another thing that we can take a look at for context clues in here, maybe it might be a little bit of cheating, but we can go ahead and take a look down here where we're actually doing some tests, and it says your image element should have an src attribute instead of the 8. So that's what I'm going to do right here is I'm just going to change this from an A to an SRC, okay? So now that we're done with the tests here, or done looking at them, I'm gonna go ahead and go back as we finish this part here. It says next, replace the ATT attribute. This is just a real quick typo, and it is the alternate text that is what is missing on here. It's not AT&T, it's not a phone, this is the ALT. And where does this come into play? If we were to, for example, let's make a typo on this, and we can see that the alt text is showing up right here. This is also used for screen readers. When you get to the accessibility lesson, you'll know more about it and why we want to utilize alt tags instead of, like I said, we can go ahead and break the image and it will get a description on what should actually be there instead. Okay, so we did that part there, and then it says this last part here, remove the closing tag of the image. If you remember through some previous lessons that there are opening closing tags in HTML, and then there's also void elements, and that's what an image tag is. There's several void elements out there that you will discover, and an image tag is one of them. You don't need a closing tag, and you don't need a slash here either. This works perfectly fine as is. And you even saw that it did work perfectly fine with the closing tag, but it just doesn't want it on there. I just want to take a real brief moment here of your time and say thank you for watching this, first of all. And if this is something that you are looking to do, advance your career, move a little bit quicker through this, then we definitely have a plan in place for you. Take a look at the description below the video. There's going to be a very special link just for our YouTube viewers that are watching this video. And it is not only going to have recorded lessons, you're going to get live help, as well as live graded feedback on all of the things. And it's for a very fraction of any kind of cost. So just want to take that brief moment, take a look at that link, see if it's for you. If not, hey, keep watching this video. We're still gonna be giving those tutorials. All right, okay. Next, it says Sally wants to use some sort of links. This is for user story number 2 here. So she wants to use some links to direct the users to the correct dog and cat pages. But the links aren't working either. So if we take a look over here, this is not a link. It's not working. What's wrong? And that's because the anchor tags. This is not an image tag. This is where we actually need to do the href, okay? And again, if we didn't know that went there, this is where we go to W3 Schools. We take a look at anchor tags and we can see what attributes are missing from it. And furthermore, we can come down here and ensure that right here where it says the SRC is changed to href. And we need to do that on both of them. So we'll go ahead and do the href on both. And then let's go ahead and take a look if there's anything else on here that we need to do. It doesn't look like it. So let's go ahead and run the test on this. There we go. Congratulations, we did it. So this one was a real quick, short lesson with freeCodeCamp. Like I said, some of these debugging ones are nice and easy. Some of them, it takes the trained eye. I always tell students that it seems like coding is the only thing where a semicolon can really mess up your day if you don't get it right. So syntax matters, placement matters, these attributes matter, and hopefully you enjoyed this lesson. Like I said, really help us out here by giving us and then a subscribe. We'll take them both for what it's worth. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.